Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be unboxing the Bratz Rock Angelz Cruiser. I just found this car at Winners. That I don't know if any other country has Winners. I'm not 100% sure, but it's sort of like a department store that sells like discounted items. You always find something there that you weren't expecting to find. And for me, that was this. I never really had any intention to buy it because it was too expensive and I just don't like to spend that much, but I ended up finding it for $25 and there was only one, so I just like snatched it up so fast. Anyway, I'm just looking at it right now. I'm just looking at the box, and I didn't really want to take it out of the box, but then I remembered that I did want to do a video on financial responsibility as far as doll collecting as an adult, and I thought maybe this car would be the perfect thing to open while I talk about some of my ideas and some of the things that I do. So pardon my table, if you can see that it looks a little bit dirty. It's just glue. This is my jigsaw puzzle table, so sometimes the really pretty ones I glue them and then I frame them, and so that's just like Mod Podge on my table. So maybe I should get a tablecloth. So I thought I would just do a video talking about financial responsibility and how I manage a doll collection on, it's not an amazing wage, but it's not a terrible one either. If you're familiar with the economy in Canada, none of us are doing all that well, except for a few select people who are doing really well. But that doesn't reach sort of the general masses. I am starting a new job, which is nice, where I'll be making a little bit more money, but that doesn't mean that I'll be collecting more dolls. I think it just means I'll be saving more money. I don't tend to increase my living expenses when my means increase, because I would like to be comfortable, and I do own my house, so I do like to make sure that I have a fund just in case anything happens, especially because I have quite a few animals that I'm responsible for keeping alive and keeping happy and healthy. So I guess I'll jump right into it. My first tip is, when you first start doll collecting, is just to pace yourself. When I first started, I was like, oh my god, we've got Bratz, we have Monster High, we have Rainbow High, Shadow High, well no, not Shadow High, but we had Ever After High, and Barbie, of course, and there's like millions of Barbie dolls, and you're like, what ones do I want to collect? So everything I thought was cool, I was buying. I bought up all the dolls that had come out the year prior that I was worried weren't going to be around anymore. I bought up vintage dolls that I found, vintage as in like Bratz era. I found pretty much everything and I just bought it all up. Well, what I ended up doing over time was curating my collection and deciding what I actually wanted to collect. And as much as I think all dolls are really cool, I don't have the finances. It's more like, not that I don't have it, but I don't think it's responsible to just go out and buy everything that you think is cool. So I did end up with a lot of dolls that I had in storage that I was no longer displaying, just because I wasn't really passionate about them. And I just ended up that way because I was buying anything and everything. And I think if I'd have just spent that money on something that I was truly passionate about, it probably would have been better, and I would have had more curated collection. So I did end up selling a lot of those dolls that I just had sitting in storage this year. And hopefully someone else is enjoying them. But it could have saved me a little bit of work if I'd have put a bit of thought into what I really wanted to collect. At this time, we all know the state of Rainbow High, so I am no longer collecting Rainbow High, but I am picking up the stragglers from the last few series that I didn't get. And otherwise, unless they come out with any very cool collector dolls, I think I will cease collecting Rainbow High. I'm still really into the Bratz reproductions. I'm just going to keep buying those up in a sense. And classic Barbies that I've always wanted, I will continue to collect. And I'm very, very into Monster High right now. they're doing amazing. So that's where my collection is going. OMG, I mean, that strawberry blonde one, I want her, and otherwise I think I'm also done there. And I'm gonna ultimately be spending maybe not less money, but more money on things that I really want, less money on things that I'm gonna end up selling on Poshmark. So one thing that I do as a doll collector is I've made a list of my absolute holy grail dolls. And there's no length that it has to be or that it should be. I've just done it, and I keep adding to it. It's my holy grail dolls. And then I do how much would I reasonably pay for them maximum. And if they come up, I have an agreement with myself that I will buy them, so long as they are somewhat within that price that I'm comfortable paying. This I find really helps, because if I have, say, the Mermaid Enchantress Barbie, if she comes up for $1,000 and I'm reasonably willing to pay $500, I'm not going to just buy her. I had this discussion with myself. I could make an offer. That would be a very lowball offer, but I could make an offer if I wanted to. If it's not accepted, then that's it. I've already gone over this with myself, and I'm not going to be blinded by the grail being for sale right in front of me, and I'm just not going to fall for it. So that's something I do that I find really helps. And oh my god, look at this car. Oh my god. Ooh, I'm really happy I unboxed it. I wasn't going to, but it's so pretty. Look. Ooh, I want to put it back in the box. Ooh, I hate unboxing. She's so cool. And then look at this little Roxy. Oh my god. Working tail lights and headlights. It says doors and trunk open and close. Oh my god, it's so cool. This is really cool. Oh my god. Okay, what is this? Is this a Cadillac? Or like, I don't know. I don't really know my car, so. So one thing that I do as well with dolls, if I'm buying dolls, I am donating dolls. This is how I keep my collection to just the shelves that I have and to nothing in storage. I do have I have 4 dolls in storage. So 3 of them are Hasbro Disney dolls that I don't feel the need to display for obvious reasons, but they were gifts. So they are special to me. They were gifts from my boyfriend. And I have a porcelain doll in storage as well with them, just because I don't know what to do with her. Pardon me. Oh my gosh, I just sneezed. Okay. But that's not worth cutting out. I just don't want to have dolls in storage because I don't understand the point. And that is very personal. Some people like to do that so they can switch them out. But that's how I feel about it. These are my dolls. If I want somebody else on display, I'll just like push someone else back. But I tend to be donating and selling dolls quite frequently. And that is how I not only afford to, but have the space to bring in more dolls into my collection. It also helps me to go around my room, look at all my dolls, and do the classic like Marie Kondo, do you spark joy? Because if I'm looking at a doll and I'm kind of secretly thinking like, I'm kind of tired of looking at you, maybe I don't want her in my collection anymore. And that raises a bigger question. Maybe I actually don't want to collect that type of doll anymore. It's definitely worth thinking about. And it definitely helps me to keep down on the amount of dolls. I don't ever want to feel like I'm hoarding. And I don't think doll collecting is hoarding. But I don't ever want to feel like I'm buying it just because it's rare or it's expensive or I think I won't have another chance. I want to really want this doll. Which kind of leads me into the next point. When I'm buying dolls, I don't feel the need ever to be a completionist. With Monster High, for example, I don't feel the need to buy the G3 Ghoulia. I don't like her. I don't like the Toralei, and I'm not crazy about the, what's her name? The new Ivy? Oh no, why is it slipping my mind? As soon as I'm here, everything slips my mind. I'm not crazy about those dolls. I'm not crazy about the boy dolls. I only wanted the ones that I like, which is Draculaura, Frankenstein, Laguna, Abby, Cleo, and I really want Twyla. But I can't have her because she's so expensive on Amazon, and I just don't think it's a good move to go out and buy her when I just can't afford her. But one day I will. With Bratz, we had the Pretty and Punk line come out. I looked through them, I picked one that I liked the most, and I purchased her. We had the Formal Funk line come out, picked one that I liked the most, purchased her. The Bratz Rock Angelz line, again, because they all look so similar, I actually just picked the cheapest one and purchased her. If any others in the line ever go on like an extreme clearance sale, I would buy them. But that's me collecting the line in my own way that I can reasonably display in this tiny doll room and that I can afford without totally going broke. How the heck? Oh my goodness. Okay. This makes me feel like I shouldn't be doing this. So another thing that I like to do, say I'm on Poshmark and I see a doll that I've really always wanted, but I'm like, how much did I always really want this doll? I like to, and that way they can make me an offer if they want to, because it doesn't hurt. And then I sort of wait. I go to sleep. I go to work. I think for the day. I think about the doll. I think about, what if somebody else bought this doll? Like, would I feel really mournful, or would I be like, sucks? Because I really don't want to make split decisions, impulse decisions with money. It's one of the worst habits that you can get into, especially in your adult years, when life is so expensive and you can't just be making impulse purchases. Some people can. In my life, I wouldn't feel right about it, and that has a lot to do with having a partner that I live with. Can you see me struggling? Oh my gosh. Having a partner that I live with, and I can't just say to him, hey, can you pay the rent for me this month, or can you pay the mortgage for me this month? I bought too many dolls. I do have my 50% of the bills that I like to pay, and this is the way that I've always done it in relationships. I pay 50%, especially when it comes to ownership of a home, because if anything were to happen, you want to be able to prove that you were an equal contributor to the household. Even if both of our names are on it, that is very important. So I can't just be, that was a bit of a rant, I can't just be out buying whatever dolls I want to, as much as I want to. So I gotta just sit and think about it. I've done the sit and think and had a doll sell out from under me, and that really did, I really did mourn that doll. That has happened to me a few times. But you know what? That's how life goes, and that's the hunt. That doll will come up again one day, and you'll be able to buy her. It's part of the fun of this hobby. Calling it fun is kind of like, ugh, but it kind of is. Oh no! It's so cool. So I don't have much else to say about finances. A lot of it just, my notes say like that I put all of my dolls on display, but we kind of already went over that. I just like to make sure that I have enough that the ones that I have can all be seen, and that I really love each and every doll that I'm looking at. I want to know that when I see them, they spark joy and they make me happy. And that's what kind of matters the most to me. I'm just taking these little things off. And my other biggest takeaway, biggest point is narrowing down your collection to only dolls that you truly want to collect. Because trust me, if I could, I would collect all of them. I would buy every single doll on the planet. All of them. But I just can't reasonably display them all, unfortunately. So I can't do that. Okay, this car is so cool. Oh my gosh. Is the trunk gonna open backwards? Don't tell me the trunk is going to open. What? Wait a minute. What kind of car is this? Girl. Ooh. What? Hold on. What? Since when? It says the trunk opens. Am I high? Wait a minute. I know just like the coolest girls today, coolest women today had this freaking car. And they definitely played with it. Should I leave the Bratz in here? The little Roxy. She's cute. I just know it. I just know those girls are cool today. Okay, this is not... I've been lied to. Hold on. How do you open it? What? Oh, there's a button. Oop. Wait. What? Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay, well, I did it. Battery! Oh! The batteries go in there. Oh my gosh. Okay, well... I'm gonna do a quick little look at the car now and show you everything that it does. But I'm in love with it. This really awakens a part of my childhood that I never had. I really wanted this entire Rock Angelz line. Rock Angelz was my Bratz awakening, and I saw the commercials. We weren't one of those families that were in a position where we could buy toys, but we did have the free Canadian channels, which are YTV and Much Music. And I saw on YTV the Bratz Rock Angelz commercials where they were playing so good. And I wanted the car, and I wanted the dolls, and I wanted the tour bus and the stage and everything else. And well, look at me getting my shit now that I'm a grown. Hello. Wait, what? Oh, okay. You just have to press the button. It's actually super simple. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. Well, thank you for listening. Hopefully you were able to learn something new. I've been collecting for probably since I was 15, and I am 26 this year. So it has been a little while, and it's been a very slow going. But I always just wanted to make sure that I didn't get carried away and that I didn't lose sight of things that are really important in my life while still enjoying my dolls, which are also very important to me in a different way. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!